Like somebody went out of their way to do a little bit of research on me, and they wrote these things. I think it said I turned professional in like 2008 or something, which isn't true. But to go to the 47 amateur fights, I fought in Michigan, and in Michigan there was no sanctioning for a long time, so you could every single weekend. There were bars that would set up a cage, and they'd have Saturday night fights, and you come in, you sign up, and then you want to fight, I want to fight, we're the same size, all right, let's fight. And there's a lot of YouTube video, and a lot of tough guys came out of that. Daquan Townsend.
Yeah, yep.
I fought him twice. I beat him twice.
Wow.
Cody Stamen, same thing. He had a slew of amateur fights. I used to referee Cody Stamen's fights. Darren Cruikshank, he had probably 20 or 30. Daquan, I think he had 35 or 40 amateur fights. Like, and there was no weight class. There wasn't much of a weight class. Like, there was always, it was very shady. Like, Daquan and I are clearly not the same size, but for somehow we always been the same. It was really weird. So
I was gonna say, isn't he fighting at like middleweight or something?
He fights at middleweight. We agreed to meet at 170, and he said, "Oh, the lowest I could get was 172."
Of course.
So that happened, both times, and fortunately, I came out and beat him both times. But like Michigan's the Wild Wild West. Murcielago has a slew of great fighters down there. Michigan top team, a slew of great fighters. I feel unfortunately that I'm the last of a generation. Me and Cody are the last of that Wild Wild West generation. Where we just wanted to fight. We weren't trying to handpick opponents. Like, this new generation's the little bitches want to handpick every opponent. Well, I'm way better than him, and fuck, but he has a good record, so let's fight this guy. It's like, dude, fuck that shit. I'd show up at the bar. That guy looks tough. I'm tough. Let's go. And that's how it was for a long time.
That's super respectable. I also have to ask. So, I mean, you're just showing up to these bars. Is there just pride on the line? Is there any type of purse that you get? Maybe the winner gets a bonus, or is it just strictly pride? You're just showing up there and throwing down. And are you looking to improve? Was
free drink
being
at the
professional always in mind for you?
After in 2007 when I had my first amateur fight, I'll give you a quick timeline. So 2007, I didn't want to fight. A friend of mine, Andy McLaughlin, talked me into fighting, and I ended up losing my first fight, first round. I shot in because I was a wrestler. I wrestled in high school, wrestled in college. I got guillotine choked in the first round. And I was like, fuck, well, I got to do another one because I can't go out 0-1. So then I did it, and I grind out a really grimy decision, just a wrestling, clinic basically. And I was like, oh, that was fucking cool. And then I won like 7 fights in a row, and I was like, oh shit, I love this. Like, I want to be a UFC fighter. And and that was that. The rest is history. So, but when you show up to the bar, there's nothing. It was just, you just did it because it was fun. Like, there wasn't a purse. If anything, it cost you money because you got to drive there. You got to get the gear. It was crazy. I remember a couple times where the first time I fought at 185, first knockout I ever had against Dan Truax in Grand Rapids. I was in the crowd drinking a beer. They're like, hey, we need a 185, or anybody want to fight? No. I didn't really want to. Little buzz going, and and then Dan's like, well, how about you? I know you fight. And I was like, nah, I don't want to. And he's like, when you wake up in the mirror, realize you're a bitch. I'll never forget that. He said that to me, and I'll never forget that. And I was like, all right, I put my down. They got me shorts. I got this little shitty mouthpiece that wasn't even indented into my mouth, and I ended up knocking him out cold in like 30 seconds. And it was my first knockout, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And I had my Guitar Hero, and I was jamming. If you ever look up Justin Jaynes, Dan Truax, and the size difference, it was a 185-pound fight. So that was a lot of fun. And after I knocked him out, I got addicted to knocking people out. And I went to Kara Rowe down in Kronk Boxing and World's Best Boxing. She was a 17-0 world champ. And to this day, she works with Cody and I. She flies out to Vegas, still works with us, and always improving our hands.
That's insane.
That is a hell of a story right there, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, sorry. I have a big breath of wind. So if I talk too much, let me know.
No, please. That's amazing. Dude. I appreciate
think you're good. You say you're in the hotel, so you might as well get some talking going. So I'm okay with that.